Hello everyone, and welcome to Day Job. I am your host, Code Marvelous, and today we are going to be taking my new smoke deck, which is for both Core 2.0 rotation and also the brand new Banlist for a spin. So one of the interesting things that comes as a side effect of everything that's going on right now is that shapers basically lose power cards, for lack of a better way of putting it. You can't have Film Critic and Levy as an example, so you can be strong against net damage, but then you're not strong against Hunter Seeker, right? You can only have employee strikes or film critics. So it's really going to change kind of the way the game is played. And a lot now is going to depend on whether or not you see things like SACCOMs early enough for it to matter. Right now, I'm probably going to end up starting with a 42 card deck. I'll probably cut the slums because we are light on MU and put in scrubbers instead. Can probably get away with 2 sacrificial constructs. Clot probably won't do much work anymore. Yeah, I mean, I think it will force people to actually build new engines instead of just focusing on tried and true engines that people already know about. And I think that's not insignificant. So that's something to keep in mind is we are getting so I have 2 copies of each breaker. I've got a fair amount of draw, so I could probably go down. I think we'll start with this. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think we're gonna go through an adjustment period because, you know, people wondered why shapers didn't get hit very hard. But that's because people knew about the shaper ban list basically coming down the pipe. Let me make those changes to my list. One of the interesting things about what's going on right now is that I've basically got a ton of influence back in Smoke, like accidentally, which is pretty funny. But you know, I think that's pretty funny. Like, I thought I was not gonna have influence forever because I needed to drop for Temujin, but now I don't have to worry about that because Temujin basically doesn't exist. Yeah, I like how Rogue Daemon basically just drop some mercy on us and went on Facebook and confirmed the ban list officially, so people have time to test. Which really is like a blessing. Hopefully we'll get an opponent in a minute here. Everybody break out your security testings because they're coming back if you play criminal. So I went for the levy off of the restricted list because we're never going to have enough money to use feedback filter to prevent net damage. So we need to just be able to reset our clock. So I focused on a lot of event-based power. We have 2 breakers, so we have 6 breakers total. And then we have 1 SATCOM. Morning seeds. Aren't we supposed to get pushed back up to the top? Teamwork cast, you know, is this Christian? Yeah, so you know I stream this early every morning, right? I have for probably a couple months now, 5 days a week. You say early, isn't it like lunchtime for you? Testing that smoke. Sanjay and I made this insane Banlist proof deck that somehow worked yesterday as well. We can maybe do a game or two with that. I woke up early so we could get some more tested, and no one's joining the game. It's real. It's a pretty good opener. We're going to keep it. Give me the old GL, HF, and let's get busy. Draw, draw, hedge fund, archives. Hey, we're doing pretty okay here. All right, so let's draw once. Let's get some of our combo together. I mean, sure. If that's what you're into. Let's force some ice reses. Alright, so the ice is pretty paper thin. They're probably doing the Sandberg lockout deck. So we need to be aware of that. That's probably the Sandberg. I think now is an excellent time to legwork. Here, let me find the list. I gotta find the link. Give me a second. Good morning. Okay, so there's actually an agenda in there. I'm trying to gauge whether or not I think I can get in there. The problem is paperclip's really expensive. So if there's a barrier on there, we just bounce out. Screw it. Okay. Good talk. I hate these types of decks. Because you can basically be doing everything right and still lose. just because of the combo of the CI money plus the reversed accounts. Because now they basically just put the Sandberg down and we lose. I can't find the ban list. It's on the Facebook page. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, which is 12. So I have enough to get in. Get the fuck out of here. They're probably just going to windmill another one in. This is why I really despise this build. We're surprisingly doing okay because of the value of stealth. But we're not gonna, and there's a third Sandberg in HQ. Good game. I think one thing that the ban list definitely did, especially in regards to the current power level, where people were talking about runners having complete dominance over the metagame. That's gone now. Corps that use any kind of defensive assets now have complete control of the game. It's not on the official website. It hasn't been announced. It was leaked. It's on the Facebook group Netrunner Dorks. Yeah, let me find it. This was leaked on 4chan, but then Damon Stone, the former designer, came on to the Facebook thread and confirmed its validity indirectly. James, yeah, I mean, it's a frustrating matchup because I don't have money like I used to have in my smoke deck. So if you run away with that early and I can't force you to res ice, I just lose. Which is, you know, it's a very valid, it's very fair Netrunner, but it's very disheartening because you just got locked out because you didn't set up fast enough, you know? I might actually go down to 2 SMCs just because, since I'm running duplicates of agendas for Scorpios, I think that's a good call. Yeah, no, I was bitching the whole time, James, but don't take it personally. I just get frustrated when I get locked out. And the sad thing is my deck is even better equipped to deal with that than most people's decks because I'm smoke and I have access to stealth, right? So I'm testing out System Seizure as my countercurrent because I think only having to pay once to boost Switchblade is pretty damn good. Same with Refractor if people want to double stack Fairchild 3s. So that's kind of my thought process there. You know, you don't know if things work until you test them, so that's where we're at. Did he confirm the leak somewhere, Christian? Okay, you can best defense my self-modifying code. I hope that was good value for you. Damon did. So that's a barrier. Alrighty then. Let's go in HQ. Well, shit. That could be the game. So I don't know what the shaper to play is, because I feel like I have so many like super glaring weaknesses now. I mean, that feels pretty good. That certainly makes the rest of our turn easy. Bank a future stealth buck, money up. I mean, okay. I think we're still okay. Especially with all this extra bad pub our opponent is giving us. What I'd really like, though, is if we could get one of those sweet SMCs or paper clips. Because our opponent is just going to walk away with the game if we can't get a freaking barrier breaker. Which it doesn't look like we can get, so... And we can't run because they're going to have Tithoniums, so... This is pretty nuts. Yeah, this is really bad. Because now we just lose. We still don't have the ability to break barriers. Yep. This is like the worst kind of loss. We're just gonna lose to can't find breaker. Yep, good game. I don't know. Maybe smoke still isn't good. I feel like Inti basically has to be in every Netrunner deck right now. That's a shaper to deal with the Rush Ice. So the other list, the restricted card I'm using is Levy. I've got this other deck where the restricted card that I'm using is Magnum Opus. We can do that one. I don't know. Smoke seems tough. I feel very broke. But yeah, I don't know. Only having access to one power card as Shaper is definitely an interesting deck building puzzle. I feel like I've really got to be able to go ham with Smoke, but I feel like I never set up in time. How do we fix that? Because one option is to try to get like, see, test run. Okay, so Smoke always runs really poor. So like test running for like a Switchblade is not a very good value exchange. Alright, let's mulligan that. Look, have fun. Door to door. Okay. Now I didn't do my Haley trigger there because I want a tech writer down before I start throwing shit on the table. What's up, Okron? Wow, we are really drawing things in the wrong order today, huh? We played 2 games with it and got blown out twice, so I'm doing something else. And apparently that something else is getting door-to-doored. So let's start forcing some ice reses. Sure. I really hope that this isn't the meta that we're going into, where every single corp deck is some sort of prison. Yeah, I'm not talking about NPE players. I'm talking about that being standard corp play. Yeah, this is a good game. Didn't find Magnum Opus, didn't find self-modifying code. Good game. Alright, let's find a new game. Hopefully we can get one win. Or one game where we find and have the use of a self-modifying code to start the game. Ooh, what the heck just happened? That was weird. Well, that's probably going to get us some value this game. Switchblade does help us with study guide, which is very good. In this deck, it's Levy. So it might become Film Critic, or it might even become Magnum Opus, and I might change the way that my, or it might become Employee Strikes, actually, for Smoke. I don't know. It really depends. Scrubber's gonna scrub. All right. Going to HQ. Veritas. Punitive Counter-Strike. That's not a card that I like. Cleaners? Yep. Interesting. All right, show me that sweet, sweet netmarker. We also need a fair to a lot of money. To be able to be punitive. Start farming. I mean, we're gonna get hard-hitting news here eventually, I would imagine, but we don't have too much of a choice because we don't have any money. I am really surprised by just how overpoweringly broke we are. I think for a lot of shapers, that magnum opus is going to have to be their card. Kicking it old school, farming those net Mercury bucks. So now we're probably never going to be able to outmoney the Corp, which is problematic. Yeah, I feel like if I'm going to play... Shaper now, I have to be prepared to run Magnum Opus, because I feel like that's the only way I'm going to have enough money to actually deal with any of this garbage. Okay, sure. Because currently I am very broke. And as I've been saying on the channel for a couple of weeks now, installing Paperclip, even though it's the best late game breaker, is a humongous tempo hit to Shaper. And frequently will put you into hard-hitting news range. Let's see if we can win in one turn. Nope. And there's the door-to-door. Yes, there's a ban list. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to legwork into HQ. And we're going to take 1 plus the 1 we would gain to get in there. And we access the same 3 cards who we accessed before. Yeah, I don't think smoke works either. I have no money, like none. I can't contest at all. Is that a government takeover? So if we get an agenda on this poll, then we can go in there and go get that government takeover and win the game. We got one. Okay. So now we go in here and we win, hopefully. Good game. I got all the hot scoops, Pink Warrior. I'm like Scoop Central over here. Yeah, I think Magnum Opus is maybe going to be the way to go. Maybe not something as complicated as this, but you know, maybe the time has come for like CT to come back, and you know, just doing like a 3-breaker Magnum Opus like fast build. I mean, it's not the anti-asset plan that's the issue, Sanjay. It's the fact that I'm always broke. I don't have any money, and I don't have enough slots for money. Like, the deck won't work, and me also have money. Like, in order for me to have my stealth deck and money, I don't have enough. And there's not even, like, enough good money cards, which is weird. Does Ayla have a link? I can't remember if Ayla has link. Does only Exile have link now? For Shaper? Yep, it looks like only Exile has link. I think we might have to go with Sunny, or somebody who has access to a lot of drip, or criminals where you have more Bursticon in the form of bank job. It's tough. We're entering a bold new world, but the smoke money, the Temujins are gone, and that was some really solid money. I mean, how much does bank job splash for? I think it's what, like 3? 2. It's not terrible, but it's not great for a one-time use card. Tag Me Anarch still works. You have a slightly harder time getting tags, which is not insignificant. But yeah. Anyway, I have to get heading out to work. Sorry I'm a little scatterbrained today. A lot of weird stuff going on at work. But yeah, I'm very excited about the ban list. I'm just in like a mental vice because I'm trying to change the way I think about designing my 2 favorite runners, Haley and Smoke, all are on the fact that like the cards that which is the whole point of the ban list, the cards I naturally put together now don't work. So, hey, that's also true, Marcelo. The Professor goes back to actually having the Professor bonus because there's no MWL. Now, it's worth noting that 2 of his highest value programs that he got to borrow, Parasite and Medium, are gone. Yeah, I feel like Drip Econ is going to be like very serious business. It's before we go. Show me all the runner identities for Shaper. I know I'm spacing out, but I feel like, much like 3-2s, they've... Yeah. Nasir and Exile are now the only 1-link Shapers. How very interesting. And there's even less cards that trigger Exile's ability now. And unless you go back to my like conspiracy breakers from the trash build. I feel like a case can now be made for like Drip Econ, Edward Kim, with just like a good stuff rig, some scrubbers, you know, and then have his restricted card be like Employee Strike. But yeah, anyway, I gotta go. As always, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to come hang out with me. I'm sorry I'm in a bad mood. If you enjoy what we're doing here on the channel, please consider supporting the channel. There's a link in the show notes below. And until I see you all again, always be running.